This haircut today is going to be a inspired sort of textured choppy bob in 3 ponytails. That's the finished result. Hello everybody, how are we doing? Welcome back to the channel. If you are new, hit that subscribe button, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to comment down below on what you think to this video. This video is going to be a quick 3 ponytail. I know I love the ponytails, but they're super quick, super easy, but it's a great way to be able to show young hairdressers what elevation over direction does to create these haircuts. This haircut today is going to be a inspired sort of textured choppy bob in 3 ponytails, and it is going to give you a really nice strong baseline, A-line, so like a triangular sort of look, so short at the back and then just cascades over the shoulders. My mannequin has no shoulders, but you can see already she's already sectioned out. So 1 ponytail at the bottom, 1 at the top of the back near the crown, and 1 on top. I'll show you. So you can see here we've got a ponytail here. This hair is over directed back, which means what we're going to keep is a lot of length around the front, because this is traveling all the way back there and to be cut around about the sort of the bottom of the neck, the shoulders as such. So what that will do is once that's released, that length which is taken all the way back there is then going to be sort of sitting around about here, but this back piece is going to be sitting there. It's going to look beautiful. What these two do is, this is going to be a layer, so we're going to use this as a guide. This is going to come up and then be a guide, and then this will come up and be a guide. The reason for that is because we're going to be elevating each section and we're going to be pulling out at 90 degrees. We know we're going to be layering. So there's a line, sorry, between layer and graduation. Anything below 90 degrees is graduation. Anything above 90 degrees is a layer. So we're going to be layering today. And what that will do is it will give us a really nice textured bob. Think Alexa Chung, think, who else had that really sexy bob? Like Fern Cotton, if you're from the States. Who in the States? Lauren Conrad, maybe. Really nice textured bob. There's somebody else that's on the tip of my tongue, but I can't remember who it is. But I'll pop some inspo pictures in here so you can see what I'm talking about. And then we're gonna get on with the haircut. But yeah, thank you so much. Happy New Year as well. Happy New Year to everybody that's joined the channel. I was just going through comments just earlier and I've seen there's a lot of newbies on the channel. So thank you so much for joining this journey. My main goal for this year is to hit 100,000 subscribers. That is my goal for 2022. I've got some other exciting stuff happening, which was going to be a goal for like later on, but is already in motion. So it's all very exciting. With digital education as well, so you guys can join in. Whatever I hear, I'll put it in my community tab, but also I'll be doing videos on it and stuff like that to let you know and keep you all up to date with what I'm getting up to. But yeah, we're back in the salon now. I've just finished my shift and now I'm down here in the studio, which is just a nice little room where I do all my haircuts for you. So like, let's get on with the haircut. Right guys, so what we're gonna do is I'm just gonna flip that top ponytail over just to show you the sectioning. So sectioning is a horseshoe section to below the crown. So occipital bone is about there, crown's about there, so it's a point which is bang in the middle of the crown and the occipital bone. And what this is it just follows round into the recession points on the mannequin or on your client. If you do something like this, I wouldn't necessarily do ponytails on clients, but if you were looking at how we were going to do this, you would section off like this, bump it out the way, and then as we work through our sections, we can then do it. And if you were thinking of doing this on a client, you would section off like this, so a horseshoe section, and this exposes all of that underneath to be pulled back and clipped out the way. And what you could do is when we start, you could be pulling it all back to an A-line section, blunt bob, section, section, section. So all of this would come down and be pulled back to this point. So I'm going to find my point there, which is the neck, and that's going to be my guide. Thank you. And then when we work on this piece, this will be elevated, but then like I was talking about, this will come to meet this. So we're actually going to be elevating this, but this is going to be coming down. So when you look at it, you think, oh, graduation. But where we're working from is, again, we're going to be pulling this up to here, and then this will be coming to here. So then that will come out to 90 degrees, and that will be our guide. So that's where we're going to layer. But as you can see, horseshoe section all the way around, you can see there. And then what I did, just past, I like to work at the high point of the head because I think it really complements, because everyone's got different head shapes. I think it really complements when you work with these sort of flat planes of people's heads. but I've just gone slightly further back because I wanted to have a bit more length through here so we've got something to play with. So high point of the head is basically sitting around about where that ponytail's sitting. So we're about an inch behind that, and then that's sectioned off through there, and that gives us this section. So we'll do a horseshoe section to that point just in between the occipital bone and the crown, gives us that point of reference to section 2, and then I will draw that across here to isolate that and isolate that front piece, which then leaves us with all of this underneath exposed to section out the way, clip out the way. I'm going to be showing you a really quick way because you guys seem to love these ponytail haircuts, and I think it's just a really effective way to show you these haircuts really quickly rather than going section by section through it. It gives us a very similar result as to what we would do. It's just not seen as professional in the salon environment. There's a lot more work involved in probably refining it because you're working in these sort of chunky sections, but it just gives you an idea of, if we over direct this back and down, we're going to maintain length at the front. When we bring this to meet this, we've got our guide, which is then going to create a bit of graduation, but a layer through there, because then we bring this up here, that comes to meet, and then we create the layer. And because it's all over directed back, we maintain the length around the face, which is what we want to do. So I'm just going to get a clip that out of the way. So there we go. So just going to detangle if there's any tangles in there. And then we're going to get our length. And I want it to be textured. I want there to be a lot of movement in this haircut. So we're just going to pull it down, and I'm going to work from there. If we get our guide being the neck, there we go. So that's cut off. Let's take this top section or back top section out. Just get it detangled. Because if the ponytails or your sections aren't detangled and you're pulling back, you'll no doubtably have some longer pieces. So we're elevating this here 90 degrees, and then we're just pulling it down to meet there. So where we're going to go, there, and we've met that underneath section, and it gives us that nice there. So you can see shorter, longer. So you know we're going to have some texture and layers in there. This last section, super quick this is. We bring this back, detangle again. And we're pulling straight back 90 degrees, but over directing this backwards. We're going to bring this ponytail up to meet it. And if you look at how much is coming off, got what, about 5 inches, but nothing too thick. So there we go. And that is it, guys. So that's the haircut done. We're going to pull it all out. We're going to just dry it and create this texture in there, and you can see how beautiful this bob looks, just really raw. So pull that out. You can see, let's flip these forward so you can see the shape. Don't clip on me. There. Look at that. Sitting perfect. Let's open it up a little bit. You can see short through here, gets longer towards the front. So you can see there, shorter here, longer towards the front. But look at that texture in there already. Let's pull this next one out. Again, Look at the texture in there. And then last one. Let's take her off and give her a shake. Oh, give her a shake. You can see all that texture in there. So you've got these short pieces around here, but we've got that length through the sides, which is our bob shape, if you can see that. Through there. And there's all of that texture and layering through the rest of it. So I'm going to get it dry so you can see what it looks like as the finished result. So when it comes to refining, what we want to be doing, we don't want to be taking length away, but we want to be looking at where those ponytails sat, and you can see. So we just want to be point cutting into there just to soften off the look. And we want to be bringing it back to where it was living. And what I mean by that is where the hair was pulled to cut the original section. I'll refine one side so you can see how one side sits. So this right hand side I'm doing now, I will just refine this. So all the hair was directed backwards. And we're just loosening all of that up. Not taking length away, my scissors are going in horizontal to the hair. And if I was bringing it up to the ceiling, they'd be going in vertical to the section. So there was just a little bit of refining done. You should be able to see the difference. How smooth that side is sitting in there, and then this side just needs refining. See that shape there? Graduation into layer. You've got just a really nice textured movable bob. Now when it comes to styling, I'm going to be curling with, I just want to say a shout out to also Alpha Italia for sending me over a load of their tools to use. I just use the Alpha Italia brush and hairdryer, and I'm going to use Alpha Italia straighteners just to add a bit of curl. But when you're doing bobs and you're curling bobs, you don't really want to curl this too tight because it will start to protrude, it will start to get bigger. We just want to put in a little bit of a bend into these ends, so then when we curl the top, it will blend in better. So what I'm going to do is just be grabbing some little pieces. Just adding that little bit, so we're keeping that nice and flat, but we're just going to be twisting those ends a little bit. Gives us that little bit of movement and doesn't expand the shape too much. And then just going to brush it out while it's just cooling down, because you can see it's got that little bit more movement in there. Again, just those ends, and just twizzle them around with your fingers and thumbs, and that gives us a nice perimeter of texture through there. Gives us that nice flat wave. And while it's just cooling, I'm just going to rake through my fingers and just stretching it out, keeping it nice and flat to the head. Just gives us that texture. Section width is probably 1.5 inches. Clamp that root down, and as we're coming through that section, we're just twisting through, just a nice soft wave. clamp at the root, smooth it, and then we start to twist. Last pieces. Flatten off, smooth, start to twist. So that's the finished result. Hope you like it. If you want me to do a salon style version of this, so I do it section by section rather than ponytails, if you now understand the ponytail technique as to create this shape, then let me know in the comments down below and I can do it as a section by section salon floor technique. But yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. If you have, let me know in the comments down below. Comment, subscribe, thumbs up, and I'll see you on the next video.